What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. You know, guys, I want to talk about a lot of Instagram models or OnlyFans models right now, or I guess even chicks who do adult movies when they are young and trying to get clout. I think that some of these people live in the now. Even people on YouTube, because now, you know, the internet, it rarely forgets what you say or do. And what I believe now, people, is that when Kim Kardashian was trying to make a name for herself and dealing with Ray J, she probably never thought that she would be who she is. She wanted to attain that, but she never thought that she would end up maturing. So putting that, you know, that sex tape out with Ray J, and it got a lot of buzz, and it kind of really introduced her to the world. Now, keep in mind, she was already somewhat of a known socialite in the Los Angeles area, but she probably didn't think that it would end up like it did. Now, with 3 kids, rather, one of her kids sees an ad touting her Thot tape, okay? And her 6-year-old son is asking her about it. And, you know, it's going to be on this Hulu, you know, series, and she's crying, and she's going into a frenzy and calling attorneys and threatening legal action. And she's saying that, you know, she's 99% sure that there isn't another tape out there, but Whack 100 talked about there's one out there. Kanye West says there's one out there. And what happens is that now she's trying to stop that tape from coming out, which I can understand it, because now you have kids. You don't want anybody to see you getting bent over by some random guy who is not your husband. But that's Kim Kardashian today. That's not Kim Kardashian 15 years ago. And you know what? I think that for many of us as people who say things or do things, we have to be mindful of what if we change our lifestyle at that point? What if we're not doing the same things? Like, have you ever thought about some of these chicks? And I want to shift the conversation, guys. What about these girls right now who are OnlyFans models, who are Instagram models? They are on there twerking. They're on there selling videos. And let's just say, for example, they get some kind of religious upbringing or religious manifestation, you know, and all of a sudden they no longer want to be seen in that light, but that information is still out there. Will the internet just delete it? Like, then think about the girls who are in church now and online, you know, there is evidence of them booty clapping sounds. Okay, just think about that. And I want to talk about this because how many ladies are going to become grandmothers? And let me just say this, because when you get older, you become more conservative, usually. You know, you become more conservative because you understand life for what it is. Life is very disciplined. It is very straightforward. It can be very boring. And there's certain rules that you need to do. And you're not doing the wild shit that you used to because you have people depending on you. You become like 30, 40, you become parents and grandparents and 50, 60, something like that. Like, but you don't want that to be shown out there. And now I'm telling people, especially if you're a woman, if you don't want people to see things like that, let me tell you something. Don't do it. If you want to screw guys, or even some of you brothers out there, fine. Okay, cool. But, you know, putting your face all in the stuff and recording everything like that and these things, and like you probably don't want to do that. All right? Because what happens if one day you want to run for office? You want to become a pastor. Oh, that's the pastor who was eating booty like groceries on the tape. There you go, right there. All right? What if that becomes you? All right? And that's something that people don't want to talk about. A lot of these ladies are doing things right now because trying to be a bad chick or being a boss chick, shout to Cam Newton, and you're not even looking at the repercussions that's going to come down the line. What if your kids, like, imagine this. I had when I was in high school, I went to, my first year, I went to Catholic school. I won't call her name. We had a history teacher that was an American citizen, but she's from Germany. You could tell that she was a good looking lady as she got older. Okay. And this is in the 90s where the internet was just starting to do some stuff, but she was a high school teacher, married, at this Catholic school. Then here's what happened, guys. Some guys came with a videotape cover, and this is true. Like, I went to middle school at Catholic school, and I went to high school. I can tell you, people that go to Catholic school, and I've lived in a Catholic country. I went to Poland for medical school. So Catholics know how to party. All right, I've like, especially European Catholics. They brought a tape. Somebody had an old VHS tape of a porn video. And our world history teacher was on the cover of it. And what was sad about it was the kids knew. There in Sacramento, California, there's another school. I'll name that one. It's in Land Park, called Holy Spirit. There was a guy who got fired, okay, because his wife was making porn videos on OnlyFans. Their kids know about it. Now imagine going to school and everybody knows that your mama is a, or they think that. All right, imagine that. What does that do to kids? And the kids get made fun of. Like, hey, your mama is doing this, and it's embarrassing. I would feel embarrassed. If I was a kid and your mama was, like, getting smashed on and people knew about it, like, you would want to fight. And sometimes you got to make decisions because you know what? It's not just us we're embarrassed, that you're embarrassing when you're doing this stuff. You're embarrassing your family. You're embarrassing a lot of people. And now all of a sudden you want to cry about it, but you wasn't crying about it when you was doing that. You didn't care about that. All you cared about is the bag. It's only now that you have kids and you don't want your kids to know about it, but that's how you became famous. You became famous off of thotting it up. Wasn't no real talent that you had. Kim Kardashian got famous because she was thotting it up. Do I believe she works hard? Sure. Do I believe that she's been innovative in certain things and been mentored? Sure. But you got famous thotting it all the way up. It's just what it is. And if you didn't want your kids to see it, then why did you have it out there in the first place? Surely you wanted to get married and be a wife one day, but you didn't care. Now you're trying to hide it. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I already appreciate for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. Check out the first comment at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains an all-time high. I'm out.